been covered. As a matter of fact, as Marty Rowe's son, when I was 5, I remember him pulling up our sleeves like that, says that if you guys want to be surgeons, you've got to wash like surgeons. So we've been doing that for a long time. We're not going to talk about not touching our face. We're not going to talk about social distancing, although I appreciate that everybody's a little bit spread out today, so thank you. What we are going to talk about is the importance of our personal immunity and how we could possibly move in a situation that is oftentimes wrought with fear into a empowerment of faith. I'll tell you a story. When I was 17, my niece Annie, who's just about 8 years younger than me, she just turned 9, and she had already was cooking up a storm. So she was already into the kitchen, and she was full on. But she was doing it certainly under the supervision of my sister, her mom, Pamela. Now, my sister Pamela was a strict mom. And we come home from shopping, Pamela and I walk into the house first, and I'm just surprised that when I step into the house, I smell a cake cooking. So I get cake baking. And I've got bundles in my arms, Pamela's still outside, and I walk into the kitchen, and it's a true cat in the hat kitchen. There is flour over everything. There is every pot and pan is out, everything, and Annie's sitting there and she's got an apron on and she's looking at me like so happy and surprised, and I'm like, oh my God, because my sister Pamela is a strict mother and she is gonna bullet at what this kitchen looks like. So she, welcome. So when she, so I'm like, I have my first reaction is like, I smell the cake and it smells so great. And my second reaction is like, you're in trouble. and so I go to Annie, I go, oh my God, and I overreact. Your mother's gonna kill you. What are you gonna do? And Annie runs over and she shuts off the lights. Now, in a way, it's pure genius that she has this like survival because she knows how strict your mom is. That she's going to shut the lights off, and if her mom can't see it, it's all going to be okay. Well, I want to take a different approach tonight. I want to put the lights on bright. I want to look at the mess that we've got and take a look at what we can really do to help and create, if you will, our personal super immunity. So with that spirit, welcome. So why do I say from fear into faith? You know, we have a lot of fear about, am I going to get the virus? If I get the virus, what's going to happen to me? I think we could just say, well, I have faith that it's going to be okay. But I'm going to find someplace in between. And I'm going to say faith is that God or nature, however we want to look at this, built me with an immune system that was built to be super healthy. That is my, if you will, my innate right. But the reality of it is right now that people are falling fast and hard. I'm not going to just say, it's going to be all right. I want to be proactive and say, what do I have to do? How can I influence to give us our best chance of being healthy as we possibly can? And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Now, this second line here, healthy people don't get sick. Well, Doc, how do you know that? I see these young, robust athletes, and they're getting sick, and I grew up with this kid who seemed so great, and he got cancer. I'm going to say it again. Healthy people don't get sick. There's a difference between an appearance of health and a state of health. And the appearance of health is that oftentimes, yeah, we look like we're healthy. But because of processes that have been set in motion a long time before, that we're actually not expressing our optimal, true health. So we're going to say today that we're going to talk about what are the things that actually influence our health, how can we proactively influence them, and by doing that, we'll give ourselves the best chance, really, of being as healthy as possible. I believe that normal is optimal. Now, if I would have said normal immunity, come to my normal immunity workshop, nobody would have showed up. I had to call it super immunity because super sounds like, oh great, that's what I want. I want super immunity. But actually, super immunity is how we're normally built to be. That is how our physiological experience. Now, obviously, listen, we're 5 million years later, we're the survivors. We're the ones that have gotten to this point. We are built to be healthy. If you want to look at it, God or nature has given us the innate, inborn right to express optimal health. Well, then why do we have all the cancer we have? Why do have all the disease. And now why do we have a super virus that's literally plowing through the world and creating the problem? It's because we are not as healthy as we possibly could be. Now, somebody could say, Doc, I've been smoking for 63 years, and I've been eating Twinkies, and the horse is already out of the barn. You can't get me to change this now. Well, the truth is that the best time to start working on your lifestyle superimmunity, the best we know, is the day that your grandparents were born. Because we now know that there's a level of our immunity that's not just genetically, but environmentally passed from grandparents or parents to us. So yeah, the best time to work on that, while the horse was still in the barn, was when your grandparents were first born. And then there was another time after that, when your parents were first born. And then there's this other really great day to begin working on it, when you were first born. But we can't do any of that. So all we can do is say, today is where we begin. And this process of building superimmunity, of building a lifestyle that makes us as healthy as possible, is an ongoing process. Now, I've been working on this. I first got excited about health and wellness when I was 14, when I said, and we were doing crazy things. I was like, I'm going to make granola, and I'm going to be so healthy from granola. Now we know, it's causes Crohn's disease. But besides that, at least our brain had it set that we were going to try to be healthy. As we learn more and we figure out more and we build it into our lifestyle is how we create the best immunity possible. Now, that's what I want to say. It's a lifestyle that is lifelong. And then this continuous pursuit. So do we know, does Roe have the appearance of good health? Or does he have actually good health? We're going to find that out. That's going to be probably in a pretty short period of time because we're all going to get exposed to these viruses. We're going to see how we do. But one thing I know is that I'm going to keep working on the things that I know about and keep improving to give my innate potential the best chance of experiencing the highest level of health. Cool. Seeds on the sidewalk. So just imagine this. We walk out, I've got these perfect seeds I call Johnny Select seeds, and I said, give me your very best broccoli rabe seeds. I want to plant some. And I bring them out here and I drop them on the sidewalk. Is there a chance of them? Is it likely that they're gonna grow?
No.
Positive enough. Because it's not the fertile field. It's not the right environment. But have you ever seen the picture, or you walk it down and you say, look at that, there's a piece of grass growing out of the sidewalk, or there's a piece of grass growing out of the asphalt. And the reason why that occurs is because occasionally, yes, that the environment could just be right, because that grass also wants to survive. Well, this is what we want to do. We want to create, if you will, a fertile field in ourselves for health and wellness, not a fertile field for disease and infection. And the way that we're going to do that is to create, if you will, a lifestyle of eat right, move right, think right, in an environment of normal neurological expression to give us the best chance of being a fertile field of health and wellness, a fertile field of having normal microbiology in our body, not a fertile field for infection and pathology. I always think about this like, I look at this person, I'm like, that guy lived his life well. He experienced, he traveled, he did, he was in the game, he drank deeply from the trough of life. But what I'm really talking about tonight is living our life well, in the sense of the eat right, move right, think right, creating the lifestyle that we know that could give us the best chance of being as healthy as possible. Now, I think we could break it down and say, like, God, I've heard this eat right, move right, think right. Oh, that's right, Ro keeps inviting me to these workshops, and that's what he named them. And what it is I just tried to figure out how to look at all of our different lifestyle habits. Eat right, everything that has to do with the chemical world. Move right, everything has to do with the physical world, our posture, our exercise, our ergonomics. Think right, our love for each other, our self-talk, our positive mental attitude, all these things, and chiropractic care. And how do these all fit together? These topics right here are the topics, and we're just going to expand on them a little bit today to give us our best chance of today putting the horse back in the barn and starting our super immunity. Cool. Now, maybe it's a bad choice, but since I'm off all sugar right now, which we all should be, if we were going to make a souffle, And by the way, souffles could be savory or sweet, but if we were gonna make a souffle, and so what are the ingredients for a souffle?
Eggs.
Eggs, whites and the yolks, what else?
Cream of tartar to make the egg
Super,
whites
yeah,
stay.
yeah, cool, what else? Anybody else? Any baking soup?
Some sugar, some form of sugar.
Some kind of sugar, right? Anything else?
Ingredients are
Some kind of flour.
Yeah.
Some kind of flour, yeah, okay. All right, so we've got these basic ingredients. We've got eggs, butter, sugar, and flour. If I were to say, all right, you know what? I want to make a souffle, but this time I'm going to leave out egg yolks. Could it work?
No.
All right, I'm going to make a souffle, and this time I say I'm going to leave out butter. Would it work?
No.
Positively not. So in the topic of eat right, move right, think right, they all must happen simultaneously. So if somebody says to me, Doc, I've got love in my life, I've got a great relationship, I eat a fantastic diet, I'm not into exercise. Could they be healthy?
No.
Doc, I'm getting adjusted, I'm on my regular schedule with you, I'm doing my dinner roll, I'm doing all that, but man, I don't eat vegetables. Could they be healthy? Creating this souffle of life, if you will, and I'm just a little obsessed with having something like a souffle now because I'm all that stuff right now. But that having this souffle of life, if you will, is about mixing it all together simultaneously, and that gives us the best opportunity to experience optimal health and super immunity. Cool. So we're going to play the immunity game, and what the immunity game is, there's a lot of things that we've heard that influence our immunity. Like I'm going to say, I'll start the first one. I'm going to say, eat green vegetables. Well, you have an organic farm, of course you'd say that first. But there's a lot of different things we've heard. What I want to do as a group here is create a list together on all the things that we've ever heard, whether it's meditation, prayer, whatever. And I'm giving you a couple of starters here, and we're going to make a list. And who will be my secretary? Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Good. So that's what you get for sitting in the front. And we're going to make a list, and then we'll look at the list that I made, and then we're going to pick out a few of them that we can look at it more closely and see from the immunity game what do we need. So start off, and I'm going to go right through it. If you think of one, great. If not, we'll just keep patching. Give me one.
Drink water.
Drink water. Lisa.
Vitamins.
Great. So you got drink water and vitamins. You got to go fast.
Sleep.
Sleep. Fantastic.
Exercise.
Fantastic.
Sunlight or vitamin D.
Fantastic. In the back there with the camera. Fantastic, I love it, we'll get back to you. I'm going to say stretch.
Spend time with the people we love.
Oh, fantastic. Lisa. Good, I'll throw in another one. How about we smile at a stranger on the street?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Protein.
Protein, give me,
Eat protein.
so what are the things we're going to eat? Free range meat, wild fish, something, the things that have protein in them,
Right.
fantastic. The reason why I'm doing that, we're not sure that by making a protein shake is the essential, but possibly. Go.
Eat a green smoothie.
A green smoothie, fantastic.
Sleep hygiene.
Sleep hygiene, we said sleep, but I like it again. Good, so that must be really important then. In the back.
Hugs.
Fantastic. I'm going to say chiropractic adjustments. Oh, what a surprise.
Reduce chemical exposure.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, so not only do we get to add, but we subtract. So we add, and this is actually one of the things about health and wellness, is that give you everything, satisfy all of your genetic requirements, and remove all toxicity. So in that situation, a person who has love in their life and chiropractic and eat right and move right, but they smoke cigarettes, could they be healthy? No, the reduction of toxicity is vitally important. Lisa, give me another one.
Eat in proportion.
Wow, reducing caloric intake. So what do they say? Eat half as much, walk twice as much, smile 3 times as much, love 8 times as much. That's longevity right there. Go ahead, Claire.
Supplements.
Supplements, fantastic.
Practice yoga.
Practice yoga. There.
Detoxification.
Fantastic. So we're going to not only decrease the toxicity that's going in, we're going to pull some of that's already there, get it the heck out. Fantastic.
Playing in the dirt.
Wow, play in the dirt. I love that. In our body, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, that we have receptor sites for a quadrillion normal bacteria. One of the ways we get it is come in physical contact with it, not just eating it, but coming in physical contact with it. Great.
Share my healthy lifestyle with other people.
Wow, a life of service. Have a life, yeah. When the oxygen mask drops in the plane, who do you put it on first?
Self,
Yourself. Why?
because you can't help the others if you're not prepared.
That's right. The first thing I've got to do is I've got to take care of me. But that sets up for a life of service for others. My God, is that important. Fantastic.
Meditate.
Meditate. Love it. Claire.
Let's see. I would say, I was gonna say use natural products like deodorants and.
Yeah,
Cleaning
so
supplies
keep it natural. It's one of the slides in my Eat Right workshop. And so a patient comes in, he comes like, Doc, I got it, I gotta eat right, I'm gonna eat my vegetables like this. I said, what do you have for breakfast? He said, egg beaters. I said, what the hell's an egg beater? Something in a box and say, no, dude, keep it natural like this. Come on, keep it natural. God bless.
Be kind to someone.
Wow, my God, in the think right category, kindness, so yep, absolutely. Yeah.
Inspiration, like expose yourself to things that uplift you.
Yes, and a life with purpose. So the things that we do, read, learn, inspire ourselves, inspire others. Danielle.
Did we say traction?
We didn't, but I was waiting for it. I had that one stuck in my back pocket or front pocket like this just in case I needed the traction. Fantastic. Therapeutic exercises, AKA maneuvers, giving respect to the first guy that ever came up with it, Ron Aragona. He called them maneuvers. We now call them mirror image exercises, the therapeutic exercises. We still got to say thank you to the first guy who had the idea. Go ahead.
Talking about exercise, making sure you move the joints of your body every day.
Yeah, like, absolutely. Move all joints in all directions. So we've got, I'll just say, our 10 components of movement, which we deal with in Move Right. And we'll go through the stretch, speed, coordination, all that. Good. Lisa.
Love yourself.
Oh, love yourself. Unconditional love for self and others. That, to me, is the core value of being human. Claire.
Teach your family and children healthy lifestyle through healthy eating.
Share. Yeah. So we share. We go ahead and go through this process. They say that there's an average. An average person has 34 people in their life that they are directly influencing. Now, Oprah's got 10 million. Some person that lives by themselves might not have any, unfortunately. But the average person has 34 people. We are being watched. And what we do dramatically influences the lives of others. So I'm going to say that it's not only important for me, forget about being a doctor, but just as a member of a family, of a member of a community, that when I get together with my buddies, we only see each other once a year. It's right before Christmas. We get together. It's always go to a bar, go to a restaurant. How about we say, we're not going to any bars or restaurants until we walk that park? Boy, what would that influence that relationship and that change everything?
Go to a house of worship and feel uplifted.
Fantastic. Prayer. Good. I love it. Good. Layla.
Practice emotional vulnerability and talk about how you're feeling.
Talk about how you're feeling. You're going to see in my list, I didn't write it. Well, so, this is a problem. It would be in 60. Yes, that's fantastic. We're adding that to it. Good. Fantastic. Good. And I think we're pretty good. So let's go to the next thing and see what we came up with. Is there any big ones we missed? Okay. Okay. So in Eat Right, eat organic, vegetables, fruit, nuts, seeds, sprouts, free-range meat, wild fish, water, Kangen. Orchard Hill Organics, LLC. Be connected to your farmer. Probiotics, supplements, intermittent fasting, decreased sugar, no fake foods. Like a lot of times I say decreased sugar. Listen, I'm not going to get crazy. Right now I'm going to be strict. But normally I'm not going to be crazy about that. We know we have our favorite French bakery. But the fake food, we take that out. So we're not eating the red dye number to this and then yellow dye number to that. We're getting rid of the fake food. Move Right, our 10 components of movements, stretch, cardio, stamina, strength, power, speed, balance. We go through, whoa, is this a promotion for your workshops? No, this is just telling you what goes on in those workshops. Stretch, coordination, balance, agility, accuracy, coordination. Think right, love, positive mental attitude, prayer, Breathe. Did we say breathe? If we didn't, wow, we needed that one. Forgiveness, gratitude, hugs. Thank them in the back for the hugs. Meditation, laugh, cry, smile at a stranger. Community, read, music, create. Yeah. Shut off the noise. And to shut off the noise, for a while, the noise was so crazy for me when I was early in practice that I went literally a decade with no paper, no news. Now I take a slightly different approach to it. So we say, we want to be informed, but shut it off. Don't just have the tape running. It doesn't do anything for your spirit. It doesn't do anything for the possibilities that we create for ourselves. Chiropractic, posture, correction care, adjustments, and we're going to talk about why these two things are different. Maneuvers, traction, dendrils, where we got a lot of this ergonomics, our schedule, adjusting in rhythm, lifestyle, lifetime lifestyle, fresh air, enjoy nature. So you guys are amazing. You got the best of this. Aromatherapy, play in the soil, pet a pet, dogs and kitties, and surf. Fantastic, good. Let's talk at some of these things that I think that we can literally impact right now a little more directly, and we'll kind of put a brighter light on some of this. So by volume, if you created a collage of my weekly, daily, monthly food, it should look by volume this. The biggest pile should be vegetables, then fruits, free-range meat, wild fish, nuts, seeds, and sprouts. That's the human innate diet. Everything in the list that we eat that's not there is somebody else's diet. So to say that, I'm not to say that, you notice I don't see, French pastries there. We can eat it, we consume it, but it's not part of our innate diet. So this is what we're talking about in terms of the eat right. Eat the rainbow. When we say by eat the rainbow, and we get into this stuff in detail in eat right, but just, when I say eat the rainbow, what do I mean?
Like you're eating lots of different colored things?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So by the estimation right now is there's 100,000 phytochemicals, 100,000 different positive chemicals that are in our fruits and vegetables. Many of them have not even been named yet, but they have shown to be helpful or necessary or literally genetic requirements for normal human physiology. Eat the rainbow, and they all have different colors. FFF, fresh fiber first. That bread basket's gonna come. Now I may or may not eat out of that bread basket, but the first thing I'm doing, the first thing I eat in that meal is something that is live and whole. So you say, you know what, I might eat the bread basket. Could we have some critter today? Could we have salad first? And then we'll make our decision about that. Add before you subtract. In the eat right, there's probably nothing that is as much emotionally linked to don't take that away from me, as our foods. So when we say, if you look at your diet and say, you know what, I really need some help with this, then I'd say add before you subtract. Eat all the good stuff first. Then you decide what to pull out. Now the first thing we pull out right off the bat is the fake foods. When we say the fake foods, the things that are not at all found in nature, so we're going to pull them off. But the add before you subtract, keep it natural, water, and caloric restrictions. We're going to find out, say before, eat half as much. The vast majority of this, if we reduce by 30 to 50%, we would do way, way better. Fantastic. Supplements. We created a pretty good list here. And fish oil probiotics, Juice Plus, a multivitamin. We are, as a group, very deficient in D3. Vitamin C right now is shown, we have 3 studies for vitamin C, zinc, and quercetin that are all shown to be incredibly antiviral in terms of helping our immune system specifically for that. And this is, without getting too geeky, we talk about telomeres at the eat right, and basically what it is, it's a little tag on the end of your genes, and the longer the telomere is, the more, if you will, chronological longevity you've got left. Things that we do that stress ourselves bust up our telomeres. This is the one product that has been shown to actually, the isogenesis to actually repair the telomere. We'll do our next Eat Right, and I'm going to be doing it here, whether I have an audience or not, or we're going to do it like the NBA for a second, we're going to play games without an audience, but we'll do it and we'll stream it, and we'll talk about the most up-to-date information on Eat Right, and we'll do that on the 13th of May. Fantastic. Go organic, that's the name of one of our workshops. We say regional seasonal. Claire, can you tell me why I say regional seasonal? Got it? What that
It's
means?
important to eat your seasonal, your vegetables in their region when they're in season.
That's right, because it has its higher nutritive value. So if right now somebody says, okay, we have a beautiful farmer's market yesterday, somebody comes up there and they said, hey, do you guys have any blueberries? I'm like, no, you're exactly 4 months off, you know, so if I had a blueberry and it was fresh, it would have to come from South America. So I do way better to eat what's growing now, because not only was it growing and harvesting now, it's what my body actually is asking for, what my body really needs are those nutrients. We grew up with those fruits and vegetables at that time. That's what gives us the nutrition we need. Organic is fresh picked, rich in nutrition, rich in phytochemicals, rich in antioxidants, rich in probiotic bacterium, Orchard Hill Organics. On Wednesdays, we are back open. On every Wednesdays, we will have our workshop. Whether it's me or find some local farmer, connect with them and get your stuff locally. Seago Organic on the 8th, fantastic. Play in the soil, fantastic. Did you look at my slides? That was really great.
I heard it somewhere. Some guy passing on the street was talking about it.
So we have a quadrillion receptor sites in our body. So to get to quadrillions, we got to go through the hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions to get to a quadrillion. There's a quadrillion receptor sites in our body that house healthy bacteria. If those receptor sites are not occupied, then it's ready for a squatter. And the squatter is a pathological bacteria, yeast, microbe of any kind that can actually create infections. And our body will fight them. But the better thing to do is to keep those receptor sites full. And we do that by playing in the soil and by eating the probiotic-rich material of freshly picked, non-sprayed organic produce. 800,000 of these in our gut. We used to re-inoculate every day by pulling an apple out of the forest, if you will, and the bacteria that were on there is exactly the bacteria that we need. The bacteria that we are most efficient in is called Lactobacillus plantaris. It's plantaris, it's found on the plant. That's what we need. We get that by eating the organic. We'll talk all about this, they go organic. Essential oils, I had to throw this in there because I think it's one of the greatest things that have come up with. We've taken the essence of the plant. It's very difficult to get to have 20 cups of peppermint tea. 1 drop of essential oil is equal to 20 cups. A ton of peppermint leaf to make 1 liter of oil. It's the ultra concentrated, quintessential droplet, no pun intended, of those plants, of the part of it that we most need in its purest form. The other problem is that you have to, by distilling it, you get rid of all the junk that's from the atmosphere on our plants, and we get just the essence of it. Clove has been found to be the highest antioxidant known in nature. Frankincense is anti-cancers. Peppermint is great for respiratory. Citrus gives us the essentials of vitamin C. And On Guard is to fight the nasty microbes, yes. Cool. Move Right. So in the Move Right, we say the exercise part of it, 10 components of movement. And we get into that in detail in Move Right. But for this topic, we're going to start to talk about the things that I think give us the greatest fortification for our immunity in terms of neuroimmunity. Posture spinal correction. That's what the program at Rowe Chiropractic is, that we took different techniques, chiropractic biophysics, Pedipon, and Gonstead, and we put them together in a program to give us the best chance of correcting our posture and opening up our neurology. So you say, well, Doc, if you had that listed, why did you also list chiropractic adjustments? Because the adjustment itself is uniquely targeted at reducing interference to our nervous system. So even if somebody never fixed their posture, they never did a maneuver, they never did a den roll, they didn't sit in traction, by getting adjusted has a specific positive impact on their immunity, correcting their brain, connecting their brain to their body. Let's look at it a little closer. Chiropractic adjustments connect brain to body, connect our mental to our physical, connect universal intelligence. There's some intelligence in this that holds that countertop as its counter, but it's not alive. It connects the inanimate part of our being to the innate life part of our being. And the adjustment itself reduces and removes the interference that allows the brain to talk to the body so that the body can express its normal genetic health, wellness, and life experience. If the Supreme Being came down to me and said, Rob, you took this chiropractic experience and you created all this stuff around it. You got dead rolls and tractions and maneuvers. What happened to just the adjustment? You're only allowed to do one thing. What's it going to be? Wouldn't even be a question. The chiropractic adjustment. Because the chiropractic adjustment is what unleashes the power. The problem comes in is that my patient walks back into that environment, of a toxic environment, of a stressful, invasive environment, and they lose their adjustment rapidly. So if we could create a lifestyle of posture correction, it gives us a much, much better chance of holding on to that adjustment for a longer period of time. And that's why I became such a nut about fixing posture, because then the adjustment holds its power for that much longer. Chiropractic adjustments boost your immunity. Now, there's several research projects that are linking the immunological experience and the chiropractic adjustment. 1918, we had our largest single epidemic that we know about. The flu epidemic of 1918, they're estimating that it killed 100 million people in 6 months. Okay, and the numbers are sketchy on it, but we're talking about numbers like that. Now, the first chiropractic adjustment was given in 1895. By 1918, there was chiropractors in all 50 states, and there was chiropractors practicing, almost all of them without licenses. The chiropractic historians, I'm going to ask you guys, I don't want to say anything that's too big, and I'd be remiss to not mention this. But I want you to do some research on this. You'll see some things in the internet that say the reason why chiropractors survived, the reason why chiropractors got licensed is because they were so effective with handling people that had the flu in 1918. That their results, better than the medical profession, put them as a strong hold of helping people survive this. Now, I don't want to make it bigger because, research from 1918, I'm a kind of a research nut, so I want to read what we know about. But I want to say it this way. There's no question that by adjusting spines, removing interference, it boosts our immune system. It gives us a chance of that experience, our health on our highest level. Cool. Spinal correction. We do all this stuff so that the adjustment can stay in place. Cool. Think right. Unconditional love of self and others. You guys are awesome on that one. The golden rule. Do unto others as we would have others do unto us, or do unto others as they would want to be done unto. So sometimes you actually ask them, how do you want it to be done? And that's the way that we'll do it. Meditation, prayer, gratitude, forgiveness. I think forgiveness is one of our absolute strongest tools we could ever use in having us be healthy. If you thought about somebody in your life right now, and I've been doing this for over 15 years, and because I've taught my Think Right workshop hundreds of times, there's nobody else really I've got to forgive. I've got a couple of people that are still on the list, but I do it like this. And sometimes I've said the name David Rowe like 37 times. So there's people that, if there's somebody in your life that you say, if I forgave them, I'm not forgiving them for them, I'm forgiving them for me, because I don't want to put them in my knapsack and carry them around with me in the way that I do. I think about them way too often, they get way too much airplay in my brain. So I would like to release them tonight. So if you think of a name, just think of their first name, and when I'm going to say 3, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, say their name out loud, and what that means is they are forever forgiven. So which means that if you start to think that again, you say, oh, damn, I can't do that, I've already forgiven them. I've fully released them. It doesn't make what they did right, and sometimes it might be us, because I've said my name more than any others, but it doesn't make what they did right. It keeps it as a fact, it just releases the attachment to it. I'm going to say, think of a name, give yourself, okay? I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, on 3, say the name, they are forever forgiven. 1, 2, 3, Damien. Fantastic. Good. You guys are awesome. my mother had a problem with her sister-in-law, so she did Tessie one time, and then she did Tessie again. I said, whoa, 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 you can't do it. She's already been released. She goes, I was just releasing her for a different thing that she did. The forgiveness and service. And I think this is one of the greatest things, that what can I do in my life? And I was called on to service as a little kid. I just loved the fact of helping. I wanted to, if you will, help the old lady across the street. It just was fun to me, and I liked to look at it. As much as fun as growing vegetables was watching people eat them. As much fun as getting paid to help the guy with his lawn was to see that he liked his lawn done. It was like I had an early experience of that is fun to help others. The more we can do that, the more, every time we do it, we boost our own immunity. Sometimes I feel like it's a cheat that this is my job, chiropractic. Because I have so much damn fun. 37 years later, people are like, you're still at the damn table. Why don't you teach a seminar? Why don't you, find some other way to make a living? And I'm like, when I stop having fun, which I'm not even close to, then I'll stop doing it. Right now, it's still loads of fun. See, think right on 429. Cool. Breathe. Yes. In one of the last Life magazines, they asked a centenarian, this 100-year-old dude, they're like, what's your secret to longevity? He thought about it and he said, keep breathing. Now, everybody thought that was a big joke, but the reality of it is, we gain so much through our breath. So keep breathing, keep healthy, do your thing, and stay at your optimal. Cool. So in the Serengeti plain, a mommy zebra gives birth to a baby. And the baby zebra just falls into the grass and wakes up and they're alive. And the mom says, you gotta get up. We gotta go now. He's like, Mom, I just got born. I'm just can't get it all in here. The grass is green, it all smells good. She's like, you gotta get up and you gotta get up now. Give me a minute. You gotta get up, you gotta go now. Why do I gotta go now? Because there's a lion over there and he wants to eat you.
Oh, jeez.
Now, we don't have lions here on 59th Street, but we've got some things that are right there at our doorstep. And so I'm going to inspire you, I'm going to implore you today to begin the process that they'll put the horse back in the barn, begin working on your immunity today for yourself, for your others. The lion out there it has a different name often, but we know all of them are dealt with in the same way, being the best version of ourselves. Love you guys, you're awesome. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
See you next time.